Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk about right join as part of uh, joins series for SQL data analysis. I recommend that you should watch a left join before watching this particular video because it could be a good leading point for you to understand better understand right join. But let's get to it. As we as you may have seen in the video for left join where we had the two table one and table two, and perform the left join where table one is specified as the table on the left, which retains all of its values, and then table two, which contains these two columns to an ID and grade, uh, was combined with table one, except that it lost those values or those records, rows that did not have matching uh, values with the primary key in table one. So uh, those records were not combined. So um, what we're doing with right join is we're doing the same thing, except that now we're turning it around. We're reversing the course of logic. So um, instead of keeping table one as the table on the left, which is the primary, the king table. Let's call it king table, and table two being the secondary or table on the right. We're actually saying no. Now the table on the right, table two, is going to be the king table, which will retain all of its values, and then table one is going to be the table that will be secondary. So left will be secondary and will lose any of its record or rows that does not have matching primary values, primary key with table one, with table two. So that's what it's all about. And so don't get confused with left and right just because I have table two on the right and table one on the left. It's not about left and right. It's about the logic of one table, as I showed it to you, keeping all of its value, and then the other table only losing the values that have matching characteristics in terms of primary keys with the other table. That's what it's all about. So what we're going to do in this video is pretty much use right join keyword, or in other words, just change this keyword, and we're going to have a result that will confirm the explanation which I just gave. So I just went ahead and changed the right join, the left join to right join, and you're going to see how this is going to turn the table where these two columns, being from table two, are going to have all of its values populated all of a sudden. In other words, becomes the king table, the primary table, and then this table on the left, which is table one, will lose any of its unmatching primary keys. And let's go ahead and perform it and see the result. And there you go, exactly what happened. This table is now the primary or the king table, although it's the right table. So the right becomes the table that retains all of its records, regardless of matching or unmatching values. And then the table on the left, or table one, becomes the secondary or the table that will follow table two. And all of a sudden, any rows that did not have any matching value in terms of the primary keys lost their records, lost their values. And that's what it's all about. And you can change it more here. Just you can change more the table name if you want to get everything from table two, or if you want to change. And this will not change much if you change if you modify the relationship here. Let's say if you put if you change these table names, or and then change the table name here for the primary keys, that will not change much as long as you already know the logic. So more important than the script or the syntax is for you to think through the logic. Like, in other words, uh, reflect on how left and right works in terms of when you have two tables and how those tables are combined, and theoretically, which table is left table or which table is right table. This is it. Let's not forget about the two more join types that I will be covering in the subsequent videos. Thank you for your time as always.